Okay. For some reason, my camera stopped. Don't know why. But I just broke a pastel in half. I know a lot of my newer students have a hard time doing that, but really it makes it so much easier to handle a pastel. So I like to break them in half. It just works best for me. I see in this area down here, there's a little bit of a shadowy area along the edge. This is a dark bluish purple I was talking about. I'm just going to put a little of this in here to help me create a little bit of depth. And this distant area back here is actually pretty light, and I want to kind of lighten it up. This is kind of a brownish green. I'm going to put a little of this up here too. Now, I could also use other colors. I have like salmon-y colors. This is kind of a salmon color that goes really well over green. I don't know why. Probably because it's kind of a complement, really, because it's kind of a reddish color. You know, there's red in it, and it creates kind of a browned area. So I can put that in here too. All right. Okay, I got my dog outside. I'm going to bring him in. Hold on one second. He's always here being annoying. Okay, there he is. Okay, actually, got two dogs. So sorry, but in this house, that's just kind of the way it is. All right, I have over in this area, according to my photograph, I've got a couple clumps of trees. And I've got those dark shadowy areas in there. So what I need to do now is to get some highlights on those to give them a little bit of definition. I'm not going to get too detailed with that because they're way far away. They don't really need to be defined very well. Just let us know there's something out there. There we go. I might soften that up with my finger a little bit to just diffuse it a little bit more. And in fact, I might put a little bit of blue, I think, because that's really kind of a yellowed green, and that's not really what I'm looking for. Okay, and that's too much blue, but I'm okay with that because I can just take my finger and soften that and blend that right in. Again, not a lot of blending, you know, because that'll hurt my fingers if I do. That's not good. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to try and get a little extra shadow in this area to create a little bit of shape and definition to it. Okay. A lot of what I do leaves it up to your eye to fill in the blanks. I don't like to necessarily put all the details in because, you know, that's no fun. I want you to be like a participant in my art. I want you to be able to say, oh, look, I see shrubs and I see animals and I see, I don't know, maybe sheep. I don't know. Okay. Around here it's probably cows though, because we have a lot of cows more than anything else. All right. We put a little bit more color in here again to define that there is some sort of a shrub of some kind here. Although I don't know what kind it is. Just a tree. I might go in again with more blue to soften up the yellow of that. This is more of a bluish green, which I think probably works better than the blue, but it's okay. And I'm going to take a dark value to just create more shape and to let us know that there is something here. Okay. Now I can go in and highlight a little more if I wanted to. Okay. Okay, so now I'm starting to get a feel for clump of trees, mass of trees. It's getting close to doggy dinner time around here. Doggies are starting to whine. Okay. Hello. Please don't touch my camera. Okay. I want to somehow or other define like the top of this little hedgerow. through the use of a lighter valued pastel. Alright, now I have this area that I want to do something with. Okay. And how am I going to do that? I need a light green. Oh, this is a new pastel. Again, tell by the shape. And is this going to really get me what I want? Maybe. We'll try it. Got nothing to lose. You know what I do need to do? I need to get rid of this right in here. Because I'm getting lost. I think that occasionally when I'm working like this, I kind of lose track of where I am in the piece, in the landscape. I don't want to do that here. I want to continue to try to stay on track. Oh, that kind of creates like an opening. I like that a lot. So now this will help you carry your eye through. Soften that edge up a little. Okay. So now I can take that lighter new pastel and just create some marks to indicate like leaves. I think this is like grapevine, as I mentioned in the previous video. Wild grapevines grow all over the place around here. So just a little tiny bit. And you know, I've got a really dark edge here, and I'm going to put again the same dark that I started with the underpainting color right in here to create some very intense shadow areas. And what that's done, and this is a happy accident, it creates a way for your eye to travel through. Oh, I really like that a lot. That just is so exciting. All right, I want to kind of clean up this line a little bit, this edge. I have some pastel dust where it shouldn't be. So I'm just going to take that and kind of soften that up. Okay, so I like what I'm seeing there. I might go back in, kind of sharpen this up a tiny bit. Kind of get that shape in there the way I want it. Well, that's looking good to me. Let's see. I don't know how I feel about that lightness. I'm okay with the lightness. It's just that it's kind of overwhelming that. Maybe what I could do instead is take like this yellowy green and pull some in here to really create a visual, like a magnet, I guess, to pull your eye in. And through there. Ooh, and I could put some of that up in here too. And I mean, really, you know, it's just a little bit of creativity to try and have you as the viewer to interact with this. I got this awesome, very strong yellow, which I think I put up in here, and I can put a little of that in here too. Ooh, a little bit, not too much. And as I'm looking at the photo, it seems to me that this background is perhaps a little bit darker in value than this little row of trees. And that's cool. So I just darkened that up a little bit. Okay, so in the foreground down here now, I'm okay with this. By the way, this is really soft, but that's really the way it looks in real life as I'm looking at the photo. I see a lot of... Okay, so in these shadowy areas, these are just bushes. How am I going to do that? You know, I've already got some nice dark marks in there left over from the underpainting. I might intensify some of those. Just a little bit in the areas where they're probably at their darkest. And also up in here. Okay, that's cool. Let's see, maybe I'll make this a little more so. You know, there's no rhyme or reason. I'm just playing around. And down here in the foreground, a lot of tall grassy stuff. So I'm going to throw in some of this pretty blue that I really like a lot of, but don't really always get much of a chance to use. This is just, I'm just using this to indicate grass. All right. And I will play around with that a little bit to get it to where I want it to be. I need to, my goodness, dogs. You guys have such terrible timing. This is a blue, the dark blue. I'm going to throw a little of that in here. Good. And now I think I'm going to put in a little bit of this more of a yellowy green. Let's see how this works. Just making some marks. I'm going over some of those shadowy areas too to indicate leaves. Okay. Ooh, I like that. You know, it's funny. I pull back and all of a sudden it's like, oh, that makes sense. When I'm up on top of it really close, sometimes it just doesn't make any sense to me until I do that, kind of pull back a little bit. There we go. Go back to that color again. This is color on color. It softens things. It helps to soften up the edges of the different sticks I use. Okay, I like that. And I'm going to do some more of that kind of thing down in here. Lighter value, darker value. This is kind of that pale yellow green. I might put a little of this in here. Not a lot. Very powerful. And I don't want to pull your eye up away from the tree. I just actually want to use this as a vehicle to draw your eye toward that tree. I'll put a little of that over here too because it's too good not to. Oh yes, 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 that's definitely making sense. I'm going to kind of soften up this a little bit. That was way too strong. And now a lot of this area, you know what I see? I want to put some more of this blue in here. I just really like this blue. Maybe I'll put a little of it in here. You know, I'm the creator. This is my reality. I can do anything I want to. Maybe a little too much. But I can take care of that. I can eliminate it. And in the process, I'm creating new colors by kind of wiping out some of the old color. Okay. But I like that. All right. So, down in this area, there is kind of a more of a light, or not a light, a darker green area, I guess. And I kind of am trying to break up those edges of where the leafy areas are. And I'm going to use this over here too because I suspect, I don't know, but I suspect these are the same kind of plants growing in here. Keeping it loose. Keeping it always loose. There's a stick. You know, what I've done here is I've got the sticks that I'm using over and over again in a little pile over here to my right, so I can grab them quickly. I should have put them in my Chinese food dish, but I didn't do that. It doesn't really matter too terribly much as long as I can get back to them quickly, because that's what I'm going to, those colors are the colors I will use repeatedly. All right, so I like what I'm seeing there. I like that. A couple things are kind of distracting to me. This light area right here is too light, and I can tell that just by looking. I don't even need to look at the photo. It's just, it's too light. So I'm going to take this kind of a yellowy green. Not really a very pretty color, honestly. But I'm just going to soften that up, and there we go. I think at this point what I'll do is I have to do something with that foreground on the left-hand side, and what I'll do is I'll take some of my pastels, lighter values and darker values, and roll those on there. And I might roll some in through here too, just to give us a sense of the fact that these are grassy areas, weedy areas. This one's all chewed up. Let's see what happens when I roll that. Oh, nice chunky weird shapes. But when you get right down to it, I have to have a darker value. Oh, this is blue. I can do that. Whoa, look at that. That's great. That's great. Love it. This one is super, super dark maroon. So at this point, then these things start to look like branches and twigs and things like that. And I mean, they don't have to all go up. They just happen to be doing that right now. And then I will also take some where I can get a nice, sharper edge to it. This is purple. And throw a little of that. And I don't know if you noticed that when I did that just now, I kind of crunched it into the paper. Crunch. And that's cool because that leaves, again, a really broken area and a broken line. And that is perfect. This one is a gold, super dark gold. Put a little of that in here just to, you know, liven things up. This is a little too far down. Don't like that. I don't want to put too much of that in there. And at this point also I'm looking for, oh, here we go, light green. Very light green. Because really the way the sun is hitting this is, that's kind of, there are highlights on some of those grassy areas. And if it's too bright, too light, just knock it right down. Okay. Let me see, what else am I going to do from here? I might just take a different color altogether. I might take this color. Let's see, this. Oh, it's a little brighter than I thought, but I might throw a little of that in here just to, because it's the complement of green, and there's a lot of green in here. And what that'll do is it just tones down the green a little bit. I might even put a little of that up here just to tone down that green, because there's a lot of green here, you know. I mean, that's what you see around here in the summer. Lots of green. Then I might take a Giraud. This is a pinkish, kind of pinkish color, and I might take this and roll it too. You get those broken lines that are just perfect for you know, for showing grasses and leafy stuff. And I might throw some of that down here. But again, I think it's because this is the complement of all the greens that works well in that area. And again, more dark values too. So little bits of color here and there. Just enough to make things look kind of interesting. I see a little bit of a lighter value in the photo that you guys can't see right now. But throw a little of that down here. This is a pink. Pinkish purple. And then I see a darker value in the same general area, just a little bit though. Okay, and I'm going to live with this a little bit. I think I'm done. I'm not sure, but my hope is to get this uploaded so that if you want to see the second part of the video of me creating this painting, you can do that. I think I see one thing I want to change, and that's to put a little bit of a lighter value here in where the tree meets the sky. A little bit. All right, and that's gonna do it, I think. I hope if you have questions, I hope you contact me. My email address is always the best way to reach me, via email. cmsavage31@gmail.com. I'd be happy to talk pastels with you at any time, just not really late. But anyway, I think we're done with this. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've learned something, and I hope that you give me a little bit of feedback. And I hope that if you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you like my channel. Thanks. Bye.